Day 14, Jesse Miller. Who's going to introduce you this morning, Jesse?
This guy, I'm actually introducing Jesse.
Oh, Ramik, yes. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Ramik.
Good morning, guys. How are you guys out there? How are you this morning?
Awesome.
Good. Well, as you know, I'm Ramik, or Bam Bam, Definitely loving this company, definitely loving this business. I'm just really honored actually to introduce, Jesse. When he asked me to do it, I was like, are you sure? Like me? Like this guy right here, me. Like, you sure you're not Glide or somebody else? He's like, nah, man, you. So I was like, wow. So, of course I had to do my research. The man made, Star Diamond in 3 months. He's a backup dancer for DC Talk. That's also one of the things I share with him. I'm a dancer as well. I'm a break dancer. My mentor, Glide, got it going on there. And then also, he does what I was going to school for. He's a full-time surgical nurse, by day, and then he's a powerhouse, like a diligent powerhouse by night in this company. It's crazy. He's just a leader. I'm just glad to introduce him. And my man Jesse, how are you, man? Let's get it in there. Let me get some notes. I want to be like you when I grow up.
That's right. Where is? Did I mute it?
Let me mute myself.
There he is.
Having some technical difficulty here, guys. Sorry, just bear with me. Internet's not working. I'm running upstairs to the 3rd floor to get the connector to go again here. Sorry, just bear with me.
No problem. Take it away, man. All-star. We appreciate hearing from you today. This is ready.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be 1 second, Joe. I've got some internet issues going on here.
Am I muted?
Come on.
We can hear you. We can see you now, too, so something's working.
Yeah, well, that's my phone. I'm trying to get my computer up. I've got my stuff on there. So just hang with me for 1 second. I know you guys are ready to rock and roll this morning.
We'll do a recap from yesterday.
Perfect.
And while we're waiting for Jesse, because we had such a huge day the last 3 days, and it generated so much excitement. I know that Tina dug in yesterday, and Lindsay Cheatham dug in yesterday with their full laid out calendars. I think Tina did 7 months of her plan, her marketing plan. And, I know she's doing her 7-day Shaco challenge. And I know that Megan Elder is doing that. Who else set up a monthly marketing plan based on the last couple of days' calls? Jessica, Ashley, Burdick, Cian. Who else?
I just saw Kim McBride posted hers in the Gold Digger page. Good job, Kim.
Great job. I mean, man, that right there is gold. You know what? Here's what I will say is that, your first one might not be that successful, just so you know. It could be that it won't be. But what's going to happen is as you stay consistent with these things, more and more people will show up. And that's the name of the game. And I think if Lindsay was on here, she would probably tell you that too. But that's probably true, right, Tina? I mean, it's going to get bigger and bigger the more consistent people are with, and then learning how to do the take action posts and call to action posts.
What's up, everybody?
So, who was that?
That was me.
Oh. Oh, I'm really freaked out seeing double Jesse.
I had to let you guys know what I was doing here, so it's okay.
That's what ends up happening, guys, is the reason I forecasted out 7 months was just taking me through the end of the year. And anyone who knows me for longer than a minute knows that hurt my brain extremely to do that much planning. But when I see someone doing something that works, I am a happy cat. And it is working for that team big time. It doesn't matter what Tina can do, what Victor can do, what any one of us can do. It only matters what duplicates. And she's proving that that duplicates having that system in place. So that's why I copied out. And the reason what I wanted to share is the reason things don't work is because people give up too soon. So I forecasted it out, specifically that 7-day shake challenge, because I promised when I say I'm going to do something, I follow through. So I promised you guys that I was taking a snapshot of my business as it is today, and then we'll report back in 6 months to let you know the impact that has had on my business. I'll be tracking the shake participants and who converts and that sort of information. So I plan on reporting back to you all. And I encourage you to do the same to your teams. You guys are all leaders of your team. So you need to step out front and show that these systems work so that your team has a reason to follow you. Because Ashley Dusenberry, your people won't know Tina Gonzalez. They don't care about Tina Gonzalez. They want to know, how did that work out for you, right? I just picked your name because I saw your pretty face there, but that's true of any of you. Ramit, your friends don't care about Tina Gonzalez. They don't know me. They're going to want to know, how did it work out for you, Ramit? And you're going to be like, dude, this is happening right here. So,
All right, Jesse, you ready now?
All right.
All right, Jesse is now going to talk about follow-ups. So thank you.
Go ahead, Ramit.
He already went. But
He did.
yeah.
I missed it. Come on, man. Well, thank you, brother. Whatever you said was important. So
we got it on recording.
all right, I'll go back and watch it. All right. Well, sorry, guys. I had some technical difficulty this morning. You know, we all have to fight the battle of technology. So it is what it is. I do apologize, but I think it'll be worth it once we get moving here. Good morning. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, my man. I will watch it, I promise. I was looking forward. That was actually my morning. I wanted to look forward to that. So thank you, and welcome, guys, here on a early Saturday morning. You guys are all leaders for being here. This is amazing. We're all showing up every single day. It's getting me out of the bed and wanting to be here. So thank you for that. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's I think, the most vital part of your business, and that's your follow-up, guys. If you're not following up, you're not growing your business. It doesn't matter how many invites you send out. It doesn't matter how many posts you put on Facebook. It doesn't matter if you're out there hustling your butt off. If you're not following up with people, you're losing about 80% of your people. So the follow-up is, as you heard, the fortunes in a follow-up, guys. So you guys need to make sure that you're definitely doing your follow-ups. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got a special treat. And as a constant learning coach, I'm always out there looking for information. And as you guys have learned through this process here in the last, 14 days, that if you need something or you need to find something, you go to YouTube and you go look it up. Some other coaches already put this out there, so it's important that you guys know that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm going to let you listen to my man, Caleb.
What's up, everybody? It's Coach Caleb from EpicEveryRep.com. Yesterday, I had a conversation with someone about following up. I answered their question, made a note about the conversation in my planner, and wanted to follow up with you today about it. In this training, I'll cover the why, what, who, when, how, and where of following up. Okay, let's do this. Number one, why do we need to follow up? Because sometimes you just have to ask twice. Sometimes people accidentally forget to respond to your message. Sometimes people hesitate when they're not sure of your motives. All of those details aside, when you follow up, you remind, show you're legitimate, express to the person that you're serious, and immediately make it clear that you're a professional. A large part of your success with your coach business will be in the follow-up. If you choose not to follow up, you're going to miss a large percentage of your opportunity opportunity to help. Number 2, what do I need to be good at following up? An organized system. If you're talking to a lot of people out there like you, your memory will not be able to keep up. Lots of people use computer calendars, schedulers, automatic emailers, and other systems, but I like to keep things super simple and personal. I actually write down my follow-ups in a daily planner with a pencil. Writing down my follow-ups. So random. Number 3, who do I follow up with? Simply, I think you should follow up with anyone you had a genuine conversation with, business related or not. When I follow up with people, it's not always about business. It's honestly just because I care about them and I want to be a part of their life. Having babies, going on awesome vacations, getting surgeries, or even experiencing a death in the family is just as important as any of your business will ever be. Coaches are people. Number 4, when should I do my follow-ups? Good question. This one's a tough one to answer. If I make a business-related invitation, I make a detailed note in my planner to follow up in a day or so, a couple days after that to make my second follow-up, and a couple days after that one to make my third and final follow-up. It honestly all depends on what you're talking about and how the conversation goes. Some conversations fly, and some move really slowly. Use your people skills, read the conversation, and make your best judgment. Number 5. Jazz fingers. Sorry. How do I actually do the follow-up? What do I say? For the first follow-up, keep it simple. Hi, John. I wanted to follow up with you about what we talked about yesterday. Did you give it any thought? Looking forward to hearing back from you. For the second follow-up, hey, John, I haven't heard back from you yet, but I just wanted to make sure you didn't have any questions I could answer. As soon as you're able to, let's talk. I want to make sure I don't miss the opportunity to work with you. Talk to you soon, man. And for the third and final follow-up, hey, John, I just wanted to reach out one final time. You must be super busy, but I just wanted to let you know that we'll all be here whenever you're ready to jump in with us. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out. Keep in touch, dude, and then you move on. Okay, but how do I know if I'm being too pushy? Where do I draw the line? Again, I use a 3 follow-up system, but if the conversation tells me that I don't need to make a third or even second follow-up, I don't. I draw the line. Love and support them just like you always would as a real friend, but don't pest them. Bless them. Release them. So that's how I do it. I hope this quick lesson helped you guys out. And if it did, I totally appreciate a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll be coming out with lots more training videos just like this one. So don't miss them. Love you guys. Oh, wait. If you're out there watching and you're a leader that relates to the way that I teach, I would love to have you on my team. Get in touch with
Okay, guys. You guys all know who that is. Obviously, as if you don't, you can go watch his videos. That's Caleb. He's a pretty entertaining coach as well as a great leader and teacher. So I just thought this morning, how in the heck was I going to talk about this? Because, I mean, really, follow-ups, there's one way to look at this is you have to follow up. But how can you teach something about follow-up? So I thought Caleb did a great job on that. So I wanted to give you guys a little wake up entertainment this morning. I thought that was a good way. So what I want to do is I kind of just want to recap on what he talked about. And then we'll have, if anybody has questions, we can go off of that. So let's start out with the why. Why do we follow up? Well, sometimes you just have to ask twice. You know, it's the people are busy. They maybe they just forget to respond. I know I forgot to respond yesterday to a message I got from Victor. You know, I looked at it and just forgot. And it actually made me think, you know, this is what people do every single day, guys. They're busy. Something happens. They look at their Facebook real quick, thinking they're going to just see what's going on. They see a message. They check it out. And they just forget. So don't feel like you're pestering people. You have to follow up. I mean, they're going to get busy. They're going to see your message and think, you know, what's this guy about? What's he, you know, they're not sure about you. So they're going to be wondering what you're up to, what you want from them, especially if they don't know you. So it's very important that you guys are following up. Stay consistent with that. Be professional. People are going to see you better. You know, if you're in there and you're sending follow-ups, they're going to see you as a professional. They're going to see you as someone who generally cares, legitimate. And so it's important that you guys are doing this. I mean, a large part of your business is going to be contacting these people back. Again, 80% of your business is going to be based off of your follow-up. So if you choose not to follow up, you're going to miss a large part of your people. I mean, that's just basic. You're going to miss a lot of people that you could have signed up, you know, and I think that's where, you know, a lot of us fall short is just not following up with people and making sure that we're staying consistent with that. So, and I was very bad about that. So that's why, you know, Team Z is going to be amazing for us. And I'm going to get into that in just a minute. So the what, okay, we're going to go through this whole thing. So you why, what, who, when, and where. What? So who do I need to follow up with? Anybody that you had a conversation with. Make sure that you guys are following up with anybody that it doesn't have to be business related, doesn't have to be all about coaching. It could just be just a genuine conversation that you guys set up. You do a conversation, make sure you follow up. Hey, I just wanted to follow up with you yesterday about, we were talking about your kids going to school for the summer because they failed or something. I don't know. Just make sure you guys are following up. It doesn't have to be business related, but you're carrying on those conversations. You're keeping those conversations going. And that's a follow-up. It doesn't have to be, hey, I just wanted to follow up with you about that challenge group we had. Because honestly, if you just follow up and you show that you care, that's going to lead into a better conversation. And then you maybe can move them into something else where they trust you, like you, and get to know you more. And they think that you're not just there to sell them something. So it's really important, guys. You need to have an organized system. And I think when you have an organized system, you have a way of keeping up with people. That's where you're going to succeed. And I think that's why Team Z is going to be so amazing for us, because now we have organization right at our fingertips. And I'm very bad about following up. I'm probably the worst. I admit it. I'm worse at following up probably than anybody here. I'm very unorganized. I don't like writing stuff down. It's just easier for me to get in my phone, send out an invite, and move on to the next day. I totally forget. I've had conversations that I'm going back now, and I'm finding conversations that I totally missed, and I just sent the second convo out, you know, in my script. I'm like, oh, I totally forgot to send another message to them because they didn't answer me back, so I didn't remember. So I totally just lost that person at that point, and I looked unprofessional. I didn't look like I had my crap together. I mean, it's just so bad, guys. Thanks, Lindsay. So, but yeah, guys, it's just so nuts how amazing this Team Z is going to change your business. It's really showing me that you know, I'm screwing up a lot in my business, and you know, for the past year, I could have grown my business a lot more if I would just followed up. You know, I could have some amazing coaches probably right now that could be crushing this business, you know, if I would have just followed up with them. So make sure you guys are keeping those conversations, you know, again, just stay on those conversations and make sure you guys are following up. Use Team Z for what it is, and make sure that you copy and paste that stuff in there and keep up with it. So when do you follow up? This is the cool thing. We were talking to Eric Johnson about this, guys. If you guys were on that call, great. You heard what he said. If not, I'll kind of recap. Your follow-up, when do you want to follow up? You want to follow up the next day. Then you want to continue to follow up for another 7 to 10 times. Now, I know that sounds crazy. You're like, oh, my gosh. Now, even Caleb says he only follows up 3 times. But listen, I used to do that. That was my deal. I have 3 scripts that I used to send out. And on the third one, I'm like, well, you know, I noticed that, you know, this is my last one I'm sending out. You're probably just too busy. It's not the right time for you right now. You know, if you change your mind or something like that. So, but I was guilty of that also. I didn't send out more than 3 invites. I thought I was pestering people. I didn't want to aggravate people. So get in your head at this point, guys. I think Eric Johnson put a great spin on this to where he's given us permission. I know a lot of us need this permission to go out there and do 7 to 10 times. I mean, this is professional. We're being professional. We're following up. We're showing we care. People get busy. They don't owe us anything. They don't have to get back to us, guys. So don't feel like you're pressuring someone because they're having a busy life. That's a good thing. If they're busy, that means they're doing stuff. They're motivated. They've got things going on. That could be a good potential coach. Maybe they want to get out of that. Maybe they want to get away from that hard work that they're doing every day. You know, they're stressed out. They're killing themselves because they don't have time to answer your freaking message. So think about that. You know, it's, you know, and we all just, we see all these salesy people and we think, oh man, they're pestering. And I'm seeing all these people complaining about people constantly aggravating them. But listen, this is not about that. This is about really caring about somebody to give them something better. And we have something here amazing that we can offer them. So just feel like you're giving them something. And, you know, that's not a bad thing. So make sure you guys are following up. And I'm actually going to show you a follow-up. I think it's pretty good that Eric did. If you guys haven't watched that video, you guys really need to watch that.
Video is excellent on following ups, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll actually post, he did another video where he actually wrote down what he said, and I'll actually post that in a group, guys. It'll be easier if I just post that. That little script he just copy and paste into his follow-up every single day. And when he follows up, let me give you the follow-up that I took from it. Follow up for 4 days every day. Put that in Team Z. So follow up, you're going to send this same copy and paste that I'm going to post into the group. But what you're going to do is you're going to follow up. You're going to send that out within the first 4 days. Copy and paste, send it out.
4 days in a row.
4 days in a row. And then what you want to do is you want to go over to Team Z, put that in there that you sent it out, and then set it to follow up the next day. Do that for 4 days. After the 4th day, go to 2 days. When you go to 2 days, you're going to do that for about 2 to 3 days. And that's 7 times that you followed up. Okay? After that point, you can drop to maybe a couple weeks, you know, until you get to your 10. So that's 7. So do maybe 2 or 3 more follow-ups. Do it 2 weeks out. Go to Team Z, make sure you mark it. And then after you do that, put them back in the rotation. Obviously, they're not ready, and move on to the next one. This is how you're going to have your follow-ups consistently going every day. You're going to have follow-ups. You're going to have people you're talking to. You're going to have conversations going on. You want to consistently have this stuff rotating all the time. And if you do this, you have your pipeline constantly moving. You're not going to care if somebody says no because you don't have time for it. Thank you for telling me no. Moving on to the next person. It's time to help somebody else.
Yep.
Okay, so guys, keep this in mind. You're running a business here. You stay professional, you stay consistent, and you stay reliable. People are going to respect you. You're going to see more results in your business. And, you know, these are the things that you have to do. I mean, you're running the business here. You're CEO. Let's do this. Let's make it right. And you have the system to do it. You have a team who is pushing you to do it. That's why we're getting up here every single morning at freaking 6 o'clock to help you guys move on to the next step. I mean, you got a lot of leaders on here, guys, and if you're not taking advantage of this, you're losing. You're losing. You're giving up on your family. You're missing out on a lot of things that, you know, you could have right now. So take advantage of it. And as a leader, I'm telling myself the same thing. You know, I'm in your shoes. Even though I've been here for a year, I've been doing this business for a while. I feel like I'm stepping back and I'm looking into, you know, the same way you're looking at this. I'm looking at these leaders, and if I'm not taking advantage of this, then shame on me too. So I'm right here with you. We're all right here with you. So guys, keep that in mind. All right. So how do you reach out to people? Well, that's part of this whole process I was just talking about. Basically, you know, it's in the follow up, and I'm going to post that. So really the how is just get in there and copy and paste and talk until you can't talk anymore. So with that said, guys, the follow-up is so important. You know, go back and watch that video if you need to. Caleb's amazing. You know, if the way I learn is I go out and I find I research and I find things. I don't wait for someone to, you know, do it and then I learn from it. I go out and learn. From day one, I was out there watching videos. From day one, I was learning. You know, that's why I went from 0 to diamond within a couple of months, from diamond to 1 star within a few months, and pushed my business within the first 6 months because I had watched videos. I looked at what the leaders did. I was teaching and doing videos and doing calls for people within my first 2 months because I was out there learning a lot and I was bringing value back to show other people how to do it. And that was before I even had a team, guys. So get out there, learn. Get out there and find what's going to work. There's a lot of leaders out there who already went through this for years. You got Joe and Tina's been here for 4 or 5 years. You've got other people, and they've got tons of videos. If you guys don't know, Tina and Joe have a lot of videos out there that they've done. Go watch them. You know, these are people that you already know, so go watch them. Anita Myron, she has a crap load of videos. Caleb has a crap load of videos. I mean, there's so many leaders out there who have videos on anything that you want to find. Go watch them, teach, learn, and then go out there and teach someone else, because you actually learn more by teaching. So that's why I love teaching, guys, because it helps me learn more. So that's it. I hope you guys got some value out of this. And I hope you take some of this with you somewhere and use it, because it's huge, huge.
Yeah. Great job, Jesse. Great job. I appreciate it. Definitely Coach Caleb has a great video too. Easy to understand. And as Jesse said, the watch the TeamZ video, because Eric Johnson put some incredible things in there, but Jesse hit it right on the head, everything there. 80% of all sales fall between the 7th and 10th follow-ups. 7th and 10th follow-ups. The fortune is in the follow-up. He said, and I think that Jesse's going to put in there, hey, you know, Julie, it's Eric, just checking in like I promised I would. Do you have any questions? Fulfill your promise. That's what Jesse's probably going to put in the page. You're fulfilling your promise. You're setting the tone. And that's the follow-up you do every day for 4 days. Just checking in like I promised I would. Make them hold up their end of the bargain then. And then here's the only other point I'll make before I hand it over to Tina, because, again, great job, Jesse. He covered everything. This is all we need. But I know everybody loves, you know, the like page and everything. And here's all of our coaches think that 500 friends and they're done one time, and they're done. They think they're done in 1 or 2 months and their business is over. Let me call bullshit on that, because Tina and I did not even set up a like page until our 3rd year in this business to attract new people. We worked for the first 2 to 3 years, right, Tina, with nothing but constantly flowing through. The follow-up was relentless with our first 500 to 800 friends. And you will, if you do this exact method that Jesse just described, you will build a team, and you will build tons of challengers, because you're relentless in your follow-ups with the same 500 people, same 800 people for 2 or 3 years. You do, I mean, it's right there, man. There's a pipeline of people that trust you, and they see that you're doing it for that long, they're eventually going to come on board with you. And the pallbearer method is, which one of you is going to die first? You know, you're gonna follow up with them until you either die or they die. And, you know, that's the way you got to look at it. It's got to be in the rotation every 3 months after that initial 7, 10 follow-ups. Put them back. Come back to them next quarter. Are you ready yet? Hey, what's going on? How are you? Whatever. I'm still thinking about your health, just so you know. I'm still going at this strong, and it keeps me going. You know, whatever you got to do. But it's you know, the people who are in this business, and they ask one time, and they ask 10% of their friends and think that 10% of their friends are going to say yes, and 10% of their friends say no, and they leave the other, you know, 800 friends on their friends list, and they only follow up with those 100 friends, only talk to them once, and they go. They're not even scratching the surface. Not even scratching the surface. So that's all I'll say. Great job, Justin. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, now I have one more thing. I know Tina's ready to go here. You know, the way I'm looking at this, guys, is go for no. Go for freaking no. If they're not telling you anything, then you haven't got your conversation done. You're not done until you're done. So if they haven't even responded back to you, just keep going until you get a no. Until they either delete you, or
if they haven't blocked you, they're somewhat interested.
If they haven't blocked you yet, then they're not. Then they're still wanting. They're wanting more, because they can easily just block you and say, you know what, I'm done listening to this guy, and I'm tired of him aggravating me. If they haven't blocked you, and they still care, and they still think that you have some kind of value to offer them, because they haven't gotten rid of you yet. All right, so keep that in mind, guys. They haven't got rid of you. They're still answering you, or even if they're not answering you. Again,
you know what? They actually think it's not worth it if you don't ask me several times. You don't believe in it yourself.
Yeah, you don't care. Why should I? You know, you need to work for this. This is a relationship. I mean, come on, think about it. How many times have you women made guys work?
Wait for whatever.
Take you out? There's a lot of women on this call. So
go there. We won't go there.
How many times did it take for your husband or boyfriend to woo you and say, all right, I'll go out with you? Okay, so think about it. This is a relationship. We're building relationships, okay? And guys, there's some guys on here. We all know how much work we have to put in to try to get a girl to go out with us when it really matters. So, you know, and then we work and we constantly work during the relationship. So keep that in mind. This is a relationship business. We're building relationships. So get in there and start building it and start wooing these people.
And once in a while, you find a desperate one.
You will find them. That's it. You know, it's all about just do your follow-ups. And, you know, TV has made this easy. So you have no excuse, guys. There's no excuse at all. Listen, no excuse.
Tina, what do you got to say?
Is Jesse so awesome or what? You know, the energy of this team. For me, Jesse, I can't wait for you to hear his introduction because he really killed it for you.
I know. I'm dying here.
I know. He killed it. Thank you, Ramik. And I just love that Jesse reached out to Ramik and asked him to do this because, you know, that means he looked at Ramik and he saw a leader in you, Ramik. And that says something special. So
Awesome.
I think it's pretty neat to, you know,
Yes.
leaders rising up and claiming responsibility and making their faces known. And when
Showing up. Yep. Showing up.
when they do that with a green fuzzy hat, dude, killing it. All right. So I'm going to ask, there's 27 people on this call. I'm going to ask each of you to, in the chat group, please tell us how many invites you are going to copy and paste right now. So are you sending out?
Signing in the team, Z.
And tell me, good job, Jesse Miller, 20. Let us know. So I know I asked someone to time me when I was sending out 5 invites. I said, just send, you know, I just want to, so, because I hear a lot, you know, how busy people are. Anyone ever hear that before? Busy, busy, busy? All right. So I asked someone to make a point to, you know, time me on 5 invites. Do you want to know how long it took me to do 5 invites?
Tell us.
58 seconds.
Boom.
So if you're sending out 5 invites, I would like you to reevaluate that. There's no judgment. I would just like to know if you have more than 58 seconds to dedicate to your freedom today.
Yeah, and, you know, Tina, I agree. I mean, this is, you know, for me, 20 just doesn't even sound good. I mean, for, you know, even though I got saying 20, and I've been sending out, you know, 15, 20, because I've been kind of just following that little, you know, Team Z, but I feel like I'm not doing enough by sending out just 15 or 20, because all you're doing is copy and pasting, guys. What, you know, seriously, how long does it take to do that? It really doesn't take long. So if you're just using that as an excuse as well, that's not good. Don't use that as an excuse. You know, if you have time, send out more. It doesn't take but a few minutes to copy and paste. This is your business. So if you have time to send out, you know, 30, send out 30. You know, get as many as you can out there. Get conversations going. I mean, obviously, you got to do some follow-ups and stuff like that. But if you don't have anybody talking to you right now, you need to be sending out more invites. So that's the thing. And right now, all my conversations, and I've been sending out every day, I don't have a lot of conversations going on because people are not getting back to me. So that, for me, I need to step it up, and I need to send out more invites. So I need to get more conversations going. So if you don't have any conversations going on right now, send out more invites. You've got more time now because you don't have to answer anybody. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, 10 copies and paste, that's 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes to freedom. Well, if you don't have any conversations going yet and it's June 4th and you don't have Success Club 5 or more, do you have 5 minutes to send out 25 invites? Do you have 5 minutes to work on your freedom? Because it's really about the conversations that you have moving forward. So it's, you know, 5 minutes, you send out 25 invites, and if you get 2 conversations going out of that, And, you know, if you want a measurement or a bar for yourself, I ask you this: how many Success Club points did you earn last month based on the activity you did last month? Was it enough?
Right.
That's it.
For sure, no.
I didn't see, you know, as a team, I didn't see a lot of killing it going on last month. So I'm just, you know I have some monster-sized goals myself, so I had to step up my game. And Team Z is helping me enormously. So I thank Julene, I thank Lindsay McGuire, I thank Jesse Miller for being out front of this Team Z thing, because exactly like Jesse, I left so many conversations, you know, with the volume I was doing, I left so many conversations where I didn't follow up 10 times. But I will tell you this, with regard to the follow-ups, here's an example. I'll just use my last coach as an example. Kathy Seifert. People's positions in life change like every, what was it, Joe, 3 months?
6 months. Well, every few years. So the every few years something dramatic happens. So you have to be following up with them at least every 6 months, or you're going to miss that dramatic event that they need you.
Kathy Seifert, I followed up with her relentlessly for a year, and she never blocked me. And we both always left the door open with one another. And totally sweet as pie, and loves her family, and always positive, which is why I was following up with her. And, you know, our conversations would get going in a number of times, and then they would just stop. But the thing was that and this thing is with me always, is I'm always going in with a different approach or a different angle, or shifting from challenge to business, or business to challenge, and sometimes back and forth for a long time. And that was actually the case with her. And just with this last flush of invites where I'm sending out in a new approach, I can't get over the number of people who were immediately responsive, as though I've never invited them to it before. It's like, it seemed like brand new in their eyes, just because of a different way of me wording. They're like, well, yeah, tell me more about that. I'm like, oh, okay, copy and paste what I've already sent you 18 times. But it's all that initial invite. You got to get creative with it. Like, first of all, it's just copy paste, but when you're reapproaching someone, you know, over the course of a year or 2 years or 5 years in my case, I'm going back to some people, you can start off with something creative and make it fresh and make it exciting, you know, and you'll be amazed that people go like, well, yeah, that sounds really awesome. or, no, Tina, what do you do? You know, when I say, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Well, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know, the thing that we've talked about 8 times.
Right. Yep. Good stuff. I'm adding contact.
Getting at the invites. So let me, Margot, when you send out 10 invites, talk to me about your normal response rate. How many people generally respond to you in the initial 10?
It honestly depends on if they are kind of people in my warm market that I'm Facebook friends with, or if I'm reaching out to people on from my like page. So at first I was just using a script for people who have been liking things on my like page, messaging them. And we talked about this last time, where if we weren't Facebook friends, I don't think they were getting the message. It was going under like the message request. So what I've been trying to do now is every day going through people who are liking my stuff, or even if it's just new people liking my page, I'll kind of creep on them and be like, do they seem like someone I would be interested in working with? And I'll send at least 10 friend requests. And then once they accept my friend request, I will message them like, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. I love connecting with people on my page. Are you working towards any health goals right now? And then if they say yes, like I want to lose weight, I kind of jump right into there from like, oh, well, tell me more about that. And then kind of go into like the 5-step invite from there. And I've been doing a lot better with that,
Nice job.
that approach to connecting with people there. So I'm pretty much trying to do 50-50 in terms of new like page people and then reconnecting and other Facebook friends from my personal page.
Great job. Did you guys all get that? How she reached out? She goes, "Are you working on health goals too?" That makes it not very non-threatening, right? Like, I'm working on health goals, so you don't feel like you're saying, well, obviously you need to work on your health.
Right.
And health goals too. Or if you were working that from a business angle, I have done, oh, look at Katie's little baby, how sweet. If you were working on that from a business angle, Joe gave me a great script that I used a lot that was effective. I said, you know, thank you for your engagement on my like page. I really appreciate that. I love connecting with like-minded women. You know, are you using social media for your fitness business too? And I didn't necessarily think that they were in fitness, but I was just opening up that conversation about social media and fitness, and that was a good opening for me. Good job, Margot. Relationships first.
Thank you.
Opening up the conversation, and then, you know, just navigating. And there won't be a script for everything. There's not going to be a script for how to handle every situation, but there is a formula. And we follow that. The formula is relationship first. So she greeted them, non-threatening question, and then she's looking for a response to see how to take it from there. And then she turns into a consultant, and an educator, and a connector.
You know, what I've been doing too, guys, is you can try this, but for people I'm going back to that I haven't talked to in a while, what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll click on their page and see what they're doing, but I'll click on like their profile picture or maybe their header, and what I'll do is I'll put some kind of like, hey, great pic, you know, and then I'll put like a little smiley face or something like that, or just maybe say something real quick. What you're doing here, you're doing a couple of things. You're communicating with that person, you're giving them a compliment, and then you're showing Facebook that you guys are having a conversation again, which is going to put you back in their news feed. Now, as well as when I get done doing that, I go straight to sending them an invite, and what I say to them is, hey, John, I haven't seen you in a while. Just saw your post pop up in my news feed. Figure I'd reach out and see how things are going on your end. The reason I can do that is because I clicked on their pic, and I put a little message there, so it looks like their picture showed up in my news feed, and I just commented on it, and then I went and said, hey, how you doing? I saw your stuff in my news feed. So you're doing like 3 or 4 things right here. You're giving them some value. You're saying, hey, giving them a compliment. You're putting them back in your news feed, and you're getting a conversation going. So that's what I've been doing. So, I mean, you guys can try it out, but I've noticed I'm getting people coming back to me saying, hey, you know, how are you? Yeah, it's been a while. So
I like that. And that reinforces too, Jesse, why, you know, I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I unfollow. I don't have any of you in my newsfeed. And if you guys, so when I go to Coach Walls, it's an intentional 5 minutes in and out. Like, comment, like, comment, like, comment, and I'm out. If you are a coach and you are spending any time and keeping people in your newsfeed who are coaches on Team Aspire or other teams, you're keeping those people in your newsfeed, which is cluttering up your ability to see prospects. So I super recommend unfollow coaches, and then if there are people that you need to go support, just go like, comment, like, comment, like, comment, and get out. But as long as you don't have follow newsfeed, you know, they won't show up in your newsfeed. And I find people all the time in my prospect list who I've forgotten about because everyone else is unfollowed, right?
yeah, but here's the deal also, guys. You shouldn't be in your news feed anyway. Okay, so that you should be disconnecting your news feed.
Yeah, Teamsy is perfect for avoiding that.
Yeah, Yeah, so you shouldn't be in your news feed. You should just set your Facebook so you're not. I don't even go in my news feed. The reason I commented and just now I said putting us back in your news feed because you want to be in their news feed. So if you're carrying on a conversation with these people on Facebook, Facebook's going to put you in their news feed because they figure you guys are communicating, your friends, so they want them to see you. It's about getting them to see you not seeing them. That's why you have Team Z. That's why you have the system, so you can follow up with them there. All right, you're running a business. They're playing on Facebook. You need to be focused on what you need to be doing. So make sure that you're doing the things on purpose to make your business run. You shouldn't be sitting there looking through your news feed to try to find somebody to talk to. Stay away from that, okay? Because you're going to find some little cat playing video and you're going to get stuck on it and you're not going to do the things you need to do. Trust me, we all do it. Or some baby or something, just stay out of the news feed. It's just not worth your time right now, especially for people who said, I don't have time, to run this business. All I have is an hour to do my power hour. Then why are you in the news feed? So, keep that in mind. You gotta be consistent. You have to stay on task. You have to make sure you focus because we all get distracted. And I'm guilty of it too. I totally caught myself. Like last night when I was looking for stuff for this follow-up on how I wanted to do it, I found myself watching YouTube videos. I'm like, oh my God, it's like 11 o'clock and I'm watching YouTube videos because I got caught up in it. So just make sure you guys stay out of the news feed. Make sure you guys are doing stuff on purpose.
I think, so I might, maybe because Joe and I are doing our Team Z together, so I can't just upload all of my people. I've been every day adding like 20 people to my Team Z manually and connecting with them as I go. So maybe that's it. So I'm still using my news feed to load into that. But maybe that's because Joe and I are, like, I haven't just
I'll show you something too.
uploaded. I'm uploading my customers one at a time and connecting with them and texting them, while I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tina, you got to think. You've been doing this for 4 years. You've got more. You're more focused. We've got people here that are brand new that they're trying to figure out a way to make this work. You have a reason. You have a reason for what you're doing. So what I'm trying to do is I want to make sure because I catch people doing it all the time. They're always in their news feed and they're just watching stuff and they get caught up.
Right.
But and they're not doing things on purpose, and that's what you want to do. But to cut your time, guys, it's just not worth being in your news feed right now. Just stay out of your news feed and start getting those conversations going.
So is that what other people are doing, Joe? They're just able to upload all their stuff and just go through the list then?
Yeah, what they're doing is they're uploading. You upload all of your friends, and Team Z will recognize whether it's a customer or a prospect or whatever, because it'll take your Facebook friends and it'll put it all into prospects. It'll take your Beachbody customers, it'll put them all into customers. But what they're going to be doing is eventually they will allow you to upload into different groups separately. So that's why you and I are doing one at a time, because I'm doing my friends, you're doing your friends, or I'm doing your customers and my customers, and putting in groups as opposed to a bulk upload that we're doing one at a time right now. Just because it's for a couple of weeks until they probably get that functionality where we can bulk upload them into the groups.
Cool.
Yeah, and you guys are working it together too, so that's kind of a cool way of doing it. I like the way you guys have set that up. Like for me right now, I'm just doing it on my own. So I can just do a bulk upload when I get a lot of new friends. And what I'm doing is I'm waiting till the end of the week, and then I upload everybody that I did for that week.
And just so everybody knows how I'm doing it, I go like into my message streams back to January 2016, say, for the last week, and all I've done is, everybody I talked to in January goes in. Everybody I talked to in February goes in. And those are how I upload it, so I don't miss anybody. So I just download or go back into my message stream, and my message stream is not the latest person. It's actually I load all old messages to January 1st, February 1st, and then go back and fill in my list with everybody I've talked to during that month. That's what I'm doing. And loading those individuals in.
I can't believe doing that method, going back to January of this year. Like, I got engaged in so many conversations that got dropped. And then
you would be even more surprised if we did it to January of 2013 or something. I mean, like, seriously, there are hundreds and hundreds of people, like Jesse said before, that we've just dropped the ball on over the years. You know, because it was not an official organized list of follow-ups, and we cannot run a professional business through Facebook messaging. It just does not exist. You know,
because you lose them, and you don't know what Facebook's doing. You don't know if they're just booting those people out of your system. That you don't know, and
it's not in your face. TeamZ puts everything in your face every day, and any professional sales organization has a constant contact system that does exactly what TeamZ does. This is what building a sales organization is all about. This is why I'm so excited about the team. And I know people like, you know, Tina have discovered how efficiently it runs on an hour. Sarah Mihailo said it was a lifesaver for her yesterday. You know, and most of us just haven't been exposed to this sort of thing. And, you know, I've been talking about it a long time just because I always had these things at my workplace, and that's how they rated you. They're like, you're not even making your customer calls. So how are you you're not being successful because you're not even making your customer calls. And I can see what you're doing, Joe, by the way. So, you know, that's like literally that's the accountability CRM reports that your managers would have. And you're responsible for making so many calls per day, per month, per quarter. And so like I said, I used to take this for granted, and I think everybody hated me when I talked about BATs and stuff like that. But it's like, well, wait a second. That's the only way you know if people are doing their job is if you can actually see their contacts that they're making. And TeamZ makes this so easy. It is the most incredible system I have ever seen, and I'm so happy. And it's so easy to use. I'm so happy.
Yeah. You guys should be excited. I mean, think about this as you start to grow your team. I mean, really, you start to grow your team, and as you start to bring new people in, and you offer this to them, a proven system that you can say, hey, listen, plug into this, do this, and do this, and you're successful. That's it. You got a plugged-in system. Everybody complains, well, I really don't have a system. And, you know, before it's like, okay, you write down your follow-ups, you do this, you do that. But here, you just say, hey, do this. You have videos that show them how to upload it, so you don't have to walk them through it. You can if you want, but everything is there for you. It's all done. Here's your business in a box. You wanted it? Here it is. Now all you got to do is do the work.
In the $25 a month, like Jesse said yesterday, it's like having a virtual assistant. It makes you 10 times more productive and saving those. What would you rather have, those 10 to 20 hours a month back, or $25? That's
exactly.
That's how big a difference it is.
It's like less than $1 a day. Think about it. It's less than $1 a day to have a personal assistant do all your stuff for you. All right. Everybody's like, well, I couldn't afford a personal assistant. Well, listen, you're paying for it right now. Less than $1 a day to have someone organize your stuff, set up your follow-ups, set up your appointments, and do everything for you. And all you got to do is contact these people. That's it.
Yeah. I can't wait till we can run our reports off of it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so unbelievable system. I'm going through my list right now, and again, everybody else can bulk upload if you want to do it differently. What I'm doing, I'm just doing it by this way to save me and keep me and Tina's stuff separate, you know. And we're catching so many people, man. It's amazing, and people have just disappeared. It's crazy. So I love it. And even old coaches, by the way, because you wouldn't believe, when you've been around as long as we have, I can't even tell you the names of coaches, but you can just touch base with people, because sometimes old coaches, old challengers want to get back in the game with just, you know, getting back to the health and fitness business, you know, meaning getting back to their own health. That's so important, man. I mean, people just disappear unless we stay in touch with them.
Hey, Joe, can I say something real quick?
Of course you can, Lisa.
Lindsay McGuire, when she did her Super Saturday call, she spoke in Super Saturday. One thing she talked about the news feed is that, to keep people out of it, is she has her coaches set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes. And she has people look in the news feed and just build relationships real quick, like commenting and liking people's posts that they're interested in, just for 5 or 10 minutes, and then get out. Because it's another way of building the relationship. But another thing that you posted before, for people that don't know, is that you can make interest groups on your Facebook page. So people that you're interested in, you can put them in an interest group, and I'll put that video of Brooke Lipoff, Joe, that you posted before, about how you can, all the prospects that you're looking at that are on Facebook, you can put them in that interest list. You can click on that interest list, and all those people that you're interested in, you can comment really quick, see what they're doing, so you're in and out of the newsfeed.
Yeah, so you can group them together, like say, these are the 150 friends I made in the month. If you made 3 friends a day in January, you know, these are the 3 times 30, 100 friends I made in, you know, January. They're all in one interest group, right, Lisa?
Right. And then you know,
you can follow them, that group. Yep.
Instead of scrolling.
And also, Lisa, to add to that, because that's a good point, real quick, when you make these groups, what you can do with TeamZ is you can go and put the people, so if you want to have conversations, you got people that you're carrying conversations on with, and you're like, okay, these are really good prospects. I want to be following up with these people here because these are the people I want to move into my challenge group or ask about the business. Set up a group, put them in that interest group, and then go rank them in TeamZ up to 5, where it's constantly putting those people in your system, and then put a little note over there who they are, and then you can constantly follow up with them using TeamZ, because TeamZ will put them up in there by your ranking for how many times that you see them. So just make sure you guys are doing that when you do the little things, and that way you'll have that conversation with those people that's in that group, and then you can move them into your challenge group or into the coaching opportunity. I mean, there's so many opportunities here for you guys, and you're getting all this knowledge from all these guys. Use it, please. I mean, trust me, it's crazy.
You know what? Here's a chance for me to make this point, because I know there are people on this team and on this call and in our team that I see, you know, people that aren't, they're on every other coach's stuff all the time, people that they don't even know, and they're liking and commenting on every other coaches and other top coaches, but they're not doing their own stuff. And that should be like the bottom of the list, is you following other coaches that aren't on your team. That's like bottom of the list. Liking.
It shouldn't be on the list.
It shouldn't even be on the list, because you should be only engaging with your prospects and with our coaches or your upline coach or a couple of coaches on your team and your downline, just to support them. But you know, even coaches in Aspire, there's people who are cross-line that aren't officially on each other's team. There's tons of engagement in the group pages. So there's like no need. And like Jesse said, the more you interact, the more Facebook's putting those people in front of you and all of your prospects. Every post you make, only about 10% of your friends are seeing them. And if Facebook sees you're interacting with all Aspire coaches or all Beachbody coaches, all your prospects don't even know you're a Beachbody coach, because they're completely missing you, because all you're doing is interacting with Beachbody coaches and not prospects, customers. And your affinity is ratings are only going in front of those people, because Facebook is saying, well, that's the relevant content that they want to see, is what every other sane Beachbody coach is doing with Shakeology that day or whatever. And you know, you're missing the building the relationship with your customers. We see it all the time. Like, how does that coach even know that coach? There's no affiliation there. And so I use right now, if you saw my screen, let's see, I'll show you. I have Facebook Eradicator on, and it shows when you turn on Facebook Eradicator, I'll show you, you actually get this in the middle of your thing. There's no news feed.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. There's no news feed, and it gives you a quote. And therefore, there's no video stopping you. There's nothing, and you just go to your TeamZ. I'm on TeamZ. You just go to your list, and I'm on this. You know, I keep my other Facebook open because it goes all the way down. See, I'm working February 1st, and I add in to TeamZ Lindsay's name, and I'll just start adding that stuff from all my February list now since I finished up January yesterday. So anyway, it's so much more focused and business-like that when you get it all in, I can't tell you how Teams is saving my life.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make your guys' career. I mean, it really is, man. So much faster.
Yeah, I mean, here's the funny thing. I just pulled up, because I'm doing my TMZ stuff, guys. I just pulled up just to put out there. I asked this lady if she was interested. She said, sure, sounds good. That was it. That was the conversation. Did I follow up? No. I missed this. I totally missed this. And this was back in February, guys.
Yeah, and so it's hanging out there. Yeah, that's what's sickening. You go back to all these messages.
Yeah.
Tina and I have been doing this for 5 years. I don't even know if Facebook Messenger will go back that far, but like literally, if you are doing your job right before this, you will miss hundreds and thousands of people's because you should have been talking to that many people. But now we don't have that. We can put it into a system and follow up so quickly and easily with so many. And like I said, 500 people, what can last you 2 years? It's crazy. So,
So anyone have any bites on their invites that they sent out this morning? Anyone say yes yet? We'll ask about those tomorrow. We'll see what kind of good stuff pops up in tomorrow's thing.
we're not up yet. It's Saturday morning. We're all up early, so the stuff I sent out they haven't seen yet.
I'm such a morning person, and I connect with other morning people, so I can send stuff out at 5 in the morning and get a response back at 5:02.
Yeah, that's how my Instagram's like that, but my
Right.
Facebook never works like that.
Hey, I have a call at 7:15 with
Oh
some
yeah, it's
ladies.
time to go. It's already 7. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, great job, guys. There's so much valuable tools. All right, great
Jesse,
job.
thank you so much. Great
Thanks.
job, Renee.